Welcome back, trading card game fans, and today we are en route to the music city of Nashville, although it's actually a little bit north of Nashville. As I think we mentioned yesterday, states will be held here, so we are on Interstate 65, and it should be very easy to get to. Hopefully Kooper doesn't get lost like he did last night. However, it is, the sun is on, the time, maybe you can see that's 9:51. It is almost 10 o'clock, registration does not start until noon, therefore we have plenty of time, and I should be able to waste time doing stuff. I currently still need to think about how to get some Reshiram EX, because I'm not sure if the 10s are going to be out before March 10th, so I need to give that some thought. As this is the place that's going to hold states, I would assume it's going to be a pretty decent venue, so I'm expecting, you know, a fair amount of space, and a fair amount of participation as well. And hopefully that means that there will be an after draft as well, because I definitely made a killing in draft yesterday. I nerved me some draft. Get so many more rares and uncommons, it feels like, because I almost always rare draft, you know, which is where you just pick whatever the best card is that you don't necessarily need for the tournament itself, because usually the prizes aren't that great and you're just going to lose out to luck anyway. Because you have a crappy deck regardless, you're not going to have any consistency, obviously, in draft, not without any decent amount of trainers. So, yeah, that's usually what I do, and usually I actually end up making a decent deck. You know, I just pull whatever rares I get, and then you're going to get past a lot of commons anyway, so you can just try to pull those commons that you need. I know a lot of times yesterday, I would, like, have a choice between, here's a common I kind of want, and here's a common I kind of want for my deck. You know, with like the last two cards I was passed, and then I was like, well, I'll pick this one that I don't need for my deck but I want it, and then the next card I'd get past, the final card for that pack, the single card, would actually be the one that I didn't pick, so it ended up being perfect. That happened at least like 3 times, and we only opened 5 packs, so, I don't know if there'll be a draft or not. I have sufficient funds if there is. I think I might try to record a game today. No promises though. At the very least, I'll still give you guys the recap of stuff that went on. Hopefully we pull some Reshirams and some other EXs. If I pull a Mewtwo EX, I'm going to be extremely happy, because honestly Mewtwo EX, it can be run in any deck ever. Just for no other reason than X-Ball. Just like you run the Unova Dragons just for Outrage and 6 corners. Run Mewtwo EX in every deck just for X-Ball. Just so that you can revenge kill opposing Mewtwo EX. I'm serious. And then heck, for right now, we still have Seeker. Retreat that thing to the bench with Sky Arrow or something, and Seeker it back up when you don't need to revenge kill anymore. You know, you can just, with Sky Arrow and that thing, you can just, whenever the opponent gets a kill for 1 prize with their Mewtwo EX, you just drop yours down, drop your DCE, kill theirs. Next turn, if they don't kill it back with another Mewtwo of their own, just retreat them back and Seeker. Like, it's so busted, that card is. But hopefully I get some of those. If not, maybe some Reshi EX or some stuff I can trade for some. Or maybe if I have any singles in stock, I might actually just buy some. Anyway, so I guess we'll check back in once we get closer to there, and see you then. Alright guys, we are here. You probably can't see the entirety of that sign for that car there, but maybe you can see games. That should be the place. And hilariously enough, it's also, just like last time, it's also kind of right next to a Target. So yeah, place found okay. My wing girl, Chelsea, is still keeping guard on the car. It is currently, by the way, check out Kooper's amazing watch that cost $1. With a calculator. It is currently 11:03 in, where is this place? North of Nashville is the only way I know how to describe it. It is currently 11:03. Registration begins at noon, which is probably when the place opens, because I kind of forgot that Sunday in the South equals church. But anyway, So that's probably when the place opens. But anyways, hopefully Target's open. I'm going to go make break and refreshments and stuff. And see you guys back when we get ready to go in and do other stuff. Alright, it's about 11:30 and just some commentary before we go inside. I find it rather funny how you can usually tell, like, oh, these are the kids here for Pokemon, because you know they're going to be adolescent males. Not trying to break down the racial demographics. That's probably actually fairly even. Well, you know, along majority minority lines, whatever. But you can probably expect it to be mostly adolescent males. When you see people parked with young girls and whatnot, and old men and stuff, you can probably tell, yeah, they're not here for it. But anyway, so this looks to be the place, and it looks to extend. Well, there's some sort of comic book thing. Looks to be a fairly expansive store, so that should be good. Also, Cayman, my man. You see that over there on that license plate, above and below the number? Representing, man, representing. Sorry about the loss. I guess since we have time, I'll show off. I sorted all my cards that I got last night. So since we have time, I guess we'll show that off. As a extra prize for placing second in the after draft, I picked up a box, and I can't believe this actually holds 36 packs, but it does. So, oh, and Kooper likes to keep all of his spare packs and stuff too. Can I get this in in the light? Because that would be better. Next Destinies, we can well, whatever. It doesn't matter. There's the top of the box. It's got Mewtwo. Just flip it back then. Whatever it takes to keep it standing up. Okay, so here's the first slot. I believe these are all sorted. As you may know, some time ago, they changed the ordering of the cards to match the Japanese ordering, which goes by type first instead of by rarity first. Where am I going to stick this cam? Didn't bring my tripod, so hang on a second. Oh no, stuff fell. That's fine. If it got a little bit out of order, I guess it's not a huge deal. Actually, it kind of got a lot out of order. Oh, it didn't. Okay. Anyway, so, looks like a pretty big place, so we'll probably have a pretty good turnout, I imagine. Hang on, I'm just sorting these up again, making sure they're correct. Okay, there we go. Oh, there's also another thing. If there's little kids involved, there's also a Chuck E. Cheese over here. So we have a Target, a Chuck E. Cheese, and I think there's something else here too that kids might be interested in. But anyway, so here's what. Hey, look, it's the soup store. So here's what we got so far. Are we zoomed out? Yes, we are. So Pinsir, got 2 of those. C-Dot, Cricketots, lots of them. I use those in drafts, so that's why I have a bunches of them. Cricketoons as well. Pretty good card for limited, I gotta say. The white noise thing, pretty nice. And look at this new light. Yes, no. Yes. Oh, son, why are you so fickle? Pansages, Funguses, Growliths. I didn't throw the pre-release promo Arcanine in with these. Panseers. I like how Darumaka is separated from its evolution because it's a different type. Even though I think that thing is fire. Isn't that thing fire psychic? The Zen mode that nobody uses on Wi-Fi because it sucks. Worth noting, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this. Reshiram and Zekrom, the normal ones, are not holographic in this set, so they're even easier to get now, as well as being in the theme decks. Some stuff for our Australian friend. Yay! Yay! I don't know why this Lapras is rare. Although if you get it and you have the stuff to run water, definitely recommend it because of that Golfer family.
If you pull a QREM EX in that, you're probably good to go. This masculine proved really good yesterday. I hope I get the new Vanillux too with Slippery Soul. They spelled it like sole of the foot instead of soul like the corporeal soul or whatever. Go figure. This Frillish has double status on it with bubble and spit poison. This Bear Tick is also pretty good for limited. And there's the first category, grass through some of psychic, and then psychic through the rest. The meat of the set really for me. Ralts line, and I do have one Guardy that if I trade this thing, you can barely read that without the parallel foil. F at all. Is this any better? Well, now you're getting blocked. That might be slightly better. Come on, man. Now I can't see. Whatever. This is all being horrible. That looks somewhat decent. Munas. I got 3 Darmanitons with Darmaxiton. Darmaxitan. I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce that because the anime pronounces it Darmanitan, so it's Darmaxitan for the attack, but I pronounce it Darmaniton after Darmani, so it's Darmaxiton, Darmaxiton, I guess. Anyway, I did pull this Luke. I think I showed most of these yesterday, but this is just everything in order that I pulled. I think I've got most of the commons, most of the uncommons. Obviously, going to be missing some rares, especially since I get 3 Persians and 3 Darmanitons. I don't mind that because I actually kind of wanted to make that deck. Hopefully, I'll another Gardevoir, and then I can actually make that deck. Should be a lot of fun. I don't really think it's going to be uber competitive, but it should be really fun. And experience share is probably going to be that's one of the things I was waiting on TCGO to make. Speaking of experience share, speaking of decks that involve flipping for stuff, I was kind of waiting to make an Autono deck with the powerful slap Autono until this card came in, because this card will let you conserve energy when that Autono is inevitably knocked out. So, and you just recharge quicker, and that's sort of the point of it. So, with each psychic counting as 2, with this Darmaniton and Gardevoir. Look at that, I got both parallel foil. Isn't that sweet? Shiny Gardevoir should be in next set, by the way. Although I'm not, maybe not, because I don't know. It may not, because I don't think Zoroark or Hydreigon, the shiny secret rares, I don't think those are in this set. I think they're holding those off till next set, because next set's probably going to focus on dark types, because it's going to be based on Dark Rush. So that would make sense to hold off those 2 until then. Also in a similar vein, C-Dot is pure grass, but Nuzleaf and almost called it Nuzlocke. Nuzleaf and Shiftry are both grass dark, so there's some difference there. There is a Bronzong. I saw it. I looked at it, had a 3 retreat cost, and its power seemed to be pretty useless for draft, so I think I passed it up to take another Prism Energy or something. It was a rare, though, so if I see it again, I'll probably take it. I don't know why Pharaoh Seed is in this set, I guess just to give us another one. It's not like any of the Pharaoh Thorns are really that valid. Anyway, hopefully we can actually use Persian today. I do like that there's Pidovs in this set, but there's no Tranquil or Unpheasant, because, we just like the Chelsea. The higher-ups are kind of whatever. Absolutely the best Minccino, no question. It's also an extremely good card. If you pull... This and Mewtwo are the 2 cards that if you pull it, you play it. It's just as simple as that. No questions asked. And this Cinccino loves it too. I think is this a reverse? Yeah, it's a reverse. I don't know if this is really a holo or if it's a non-holo. But anyway, as for trainers, we got I got 2 silent. I need 2 more to pick up 2 more a day. 3 experience share. Picking up 1 more would be appreciated. 3 heavy ball. Again, I need 1 more to make 4. I don't really need level balls. Level ball is going to be really good for Cinccino decks because it lets you search out Cinccino because he has 90. I think I have enough Pokemon Center, and I know I have enough freaking Sky Arrow Bridge. Holy crap. Another DCE. I'm pretty sure I can still use my base set and base set 2 double colorless. I need to 100% confirm that before states, but yeah, we're going to be charging the states with old school double colorless for sure. And then 5 Prism Energies for for reasons, and and that's what we've gotten so far from Next Destinies. And yeah, I hope to get some more EXs. If I pull a Mewtwo, it's going to be incredible. And where are my code cards? I think I stuck my code cards. Yeah, those are all code cards right there. Okay, so it is still about 10 minutes until I'm really probably going to go up there. But we'll cut it out here, and I'll see you guys. We'll see you guys again when we open packs or do whatever, or if I just want to survey the place. Again.
One last rule. Alright. No trading.
You still trade for code cards, Rick?
Let me know. Any trash?
Alright, just got out of pre-release, and so we're going to do a little post-pre-release wrap-up. I did get to record 2 games, so hopefully, alright, well, 2 games, and for the last round we actually had a couple of extra games just for fun to try to get him a win. Spoilers, I won the one that counted. Not that wins and losses really matter in pre-release, not anymore. So hopefully you guys got to see a few games. I don't know. I'm not really sure at this time exactly how good the recording quality is. Gonna go back and probably narrate over those. And I didn't take notes on them because, you know, since audio was recorded, I will be able to hear like what attacks we're using and stuff. So I can just watch that and then narrate over it if need be. Yeah, I think that would be a bad idea to just leave the audio because you probably there's probably a lot of background noise. Anyway, so I think I showed. Caveat here. At this time, I have no idea how this stuff's going to be edited together. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the deck that I made. Find a good angle for this. No. Alright, this is fine. Okay, so a couple of guys in this deck I got, well, I guess because, you know, it was about the only stuff I could use. This is probably the worst pulls I've had for pre-release. Holy snot, I got so many, like, 2 of this evolution, but 1 of the basic, or worse, 0 of the basic. Oh, man, it was pretty darn bad. So I went, oh, no, I won the last round. I actually went, we actually had 4 rounds instead of the normal 3, so some people dropped the last round because they actually scheduled rides home, la 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 la. But I was able to win the last round, so I did go 1 and 3. And here, let's look over the deck. So a couple of these Pokemon I'm going to claim that I put in here to represent guys. We got Darumaka and Darmanitan, and this guy was probably MVP for the game that I won. For my buddy Darmani, who hopefully will come with me to States. We'll see about how that works out. Litwick, Lampet, Chandelure, I guess these are for you, Malice. Even though they're not ghosts, they're psychic. Shinx, the Shinx line I pulled excellent amounts of. I actually have a 2-2-1 line of it, and we're gonna claim that's for Xerxes. Go Lions! See, it's blue and it's a lion, so it's for the Detroit. Lapras I'm gonna claim is for Maria. We got 2 of those, and the rest of these chumps I just put in here because Fungus I actually didn't play any grass energy. Just put him in for Find a Friend. Never actually drew him at all, I think. And Jigglypuff I just put in for Sing, and never got her out either. I drew her, but I never played her. Did pull 2 DCE, which was nice. And one of the reasons I said this was so terrible is because I only pulled 2 trainers. Heavy Ball, which was useful for getting out Darmanitan or Darumaka, because they both have huge retreat costs. And I also actually got out Sky Arrow Bridge quite regularly. I pulled 2, but I only played 1. This is quickly becoming like my favorite stadium too. It's probably going to be played quite a bit because of, especially in 6 corners and stuff. So that was the deck, and now here's the. I got another one of these little deck boxes. This one's actually like neatly put together, unlike mine. Mine's correctly put together, but it's kind of eh. And so here's another one of this Arcanine. And we're going to open our extra packs here live on camera. Is there another way I want to angle this camera? Not really. This will have to do. Oh, Regigigas pack. I'll open it first because it seems like I kept not getting Regigigas packs. I kept getting Zekrom and Reshiram packs. No Mewtwo's either. Oh, before I open this, I got to tell the story. At yesterday's tournament, there was a kid who pulled the Mewtwo EX, immediately traded in for store credit, which he used to get 10 packs, and then pulled a Mewtwo EX from one of those packs. It's like, great, thanks, dude. Thanks for stealing all the Mewtwo EX from everyone else. But, you know, that's what you can do if you have a pre-release at a hobby store that takes in cards. You know, you can either get store credit or just cash. So you could theoretically, if you pulled a Mewtwo EX, I know the price at the store yesterday was $40, so you could more than make up your money for your pre-release if you pulled Mewtwo EX. Alright, we're going to open these like I normally do on stream. Pansage, Grimmer, Meowth, why couldn't I pull you and when it mattered? That poke I hate, Fungus, Basco in reverse. Okay, Fencer, Experience Share, that makes 4 of those, that's good. Frillish is an uncommon for some freaking reason, and another Archie, and TCGO code. Okay, nothing too good there, although I did need that 4th Experience Share. Especially if I can get another Gardevoir, I really want to make a Gardevoir Darmanitan deck. Darmanitan. Okay, open the Zekrom pack. Open the box. I also have not pulled any EXs today, so that would be really appreciated if I could pull an EX. Growlithe. Mr. Mime Cubone. No. Grimer. Darumaka, Vanilla, Cardi! Kricketot. The reverse is another Luxray. I already have a reverse Luxray. And Reshiram, which is not holographic. Okay, so I think that makes plenty of Reshiram for me now. That's at least 3. And I have the one from the box. So I actually have 4 Reshiram now. So that actually works out pretty well. And I know I have at least 4 Zekrom. I have 2 full arts, and then 1 of each of the promos. So I have enough of those. Frillish. Another DCE. I wanted a Silent. So I still need 2 Silent. I don't know how I'm going to go about getting those. I need to find out when those tins are getting released, if they're getting released before states or not. If they are, I'll just buy 4 of those tins probably. That's going to be a lot. But I already have, I keep getting duplicates of my reverses too. But I think that actually makes me 4 of the new DCE, so I don't really have to worry about the rule of are those legal or not. But okay, I guess that was decent. Got an experience. Again, it's the uncommons that are useful. The rares were a pincer and Reshiram, which I kind of needed, but really it just says to me, okay, Kooper, don't buy the theme decks. Actually, Silent might be in the theme decks. That would be kind of nice if there were 2 Silent in the theme decks. I'll have to look into that. But anyway, so that was the extra pack openings. I'm sorry I didn't pull any EXs today. Just Zekrom and Shaman yesterday. As for opinions about the set as a whole, I mean, just the fact that it has EXs makes it kind of nice. But there are definitely a lot of dog rares in there. All the monkeys. Any set that they throw the monkeys in kind of automatically sucks because the monkeys all automatically suck. Although I will say these are some of the better copies of the monkeys printed, with the exception of maybe the double fire Simisear. Oh, I forget why that's even relevant. The Raichu is from this set also has a similar thing, and I forget if the Simisear is RCC or RRC, but I know the Raichu is LCC. Okay, I guess what we'll do now is I'll discuss my match results, and then after I discuss the first 2 rounds, then I'll show you the probably post-narrated results from the last 2 rounds, which were probably a lot better. Okay, so first round was against this guy. We need some sort of a nice little backdrop here besides my steering wheel. Oh, how about Chelsea? Chelsea would make a nice little background. That needs to be the video thumbnail, by the way. I hope that's the video thumbnail. If it is, then Kooper called it. So the first round was against a guy named Brian. He had some sort of a speech impediment, I don't know, but it definitely did not impede his playing. So I had a pretty good lead. I had a Lapras active, and I think I had a Shinx on the bench. He had a Growlithe, and and I think the way it went down was he rolled the dice, and he wasn't sure what was heads, what was tails. So he just ended his turn without thinking he had a tails, and I told him he had a heads. That may have been a case of being nice, biting you in the butt, because Lapras' attack is 2 energy, so I had to pass. He was then able to evolve up Arcanine and start whacking, and let's see. I think he wound up killing Lapras, and then I actually drew a Luxio on turn 1 to evolve Shinx with, but then he kind of had a Moltres in. Yeah. He had a Moltres as well on the bench. So, this was the game where I heavy balled for, I had to have another basic or I was going to lose. He had his Moltres with Fire and double colorless, I think. And I thought he was going to attach another one and do 90 and kill my Luxio. I guess I could show the dudes. I thought he was going to attach another Fire and do 90 to kill my Luxio, but I guess he'd already attached energy that turn. So I already used Heavy Ball on... Okay, I'm sorry, Chelsea. I already used Heavy Ball on Darumaka, and so I was like, well, I got an energy, and I already have 1 energy on him. If I can draw Darmanitan, I might be able to, evolve it and make something happen. So I draw the next card for my last turn, and it's a Darmanitan, and I just rejoice at that. Unfortunately, it was kind of for naught. I only had 2 energy, so I was able to do the average amount of damage, which is 50. But 100, I think, would have actually killed. I think I had some prior damage on that Moltres, and might have actually been able to make a comeback if I had gotten that kill there. But I did not. He Fire Blasted for 90. We have a phone call, so we're going to have to take a break. Alright, sorry about that. Where was I? So, yeah, so he fire blasted Darmanitan for 90. And, I actually top decked the DCE, which was kind of cool. And, rolled 3 out of 4 heads for 150 to kill the Moltres. But, unfortunately, he had a Luxio of his own and, jumped on. He didn't even need the heads. 90 plus 20 was enough to kill me. So, that was the first game. Second game, I didn't really get the guy's name. I think there was some of this this Nashville community. They have a team Awesome, and I guess he was a member of that. His name on the pairings was Awesome, I guess whatever his first name was. Anyway, so I actually had a pretty darn decent opening hand, which consisted of 3 of the cards. Well, I can't show you the lightning. I had a lightning energy plus this. So with Slam being LCC, I was feeling pretty good about that. You know, even though Slam in this in the pre-release yesterday, holy crap, people were whiffing on Slam left and right from Raichu, but I was able to get that off. But first turn was probably most important. He had the Call for Family Lapras out, the one that's weak to Steel, or wait, Lightning? Yeah, that one's weak to Lightning actually. So I had Pikachu. I think that was like my only basic. Thundershock for 20. Did not paralyze. Did not paralyze. Because I didn't paralyze, he was able to call for family and able to pull out Mewtwo EX and some other guy. All I cared about was he's got Mewtwo EX. I don't have any EXs, so I knew at that point like, this is not good. But I was able to get Raichu out and start slamming next turn, and actually flipped double heads. I said in before double tails. And I actually got double heads on Slam for 320 because he was weak to it. So that was cool. 320. I think that was possibly the most done all tournament by a non-EX. He threw up some other guy while he was powering up Mewtwo, and KO'd that for 80 with Slam. And then Mewtwo came up. X-Ball, dead. I attempted to maybe kill him off with a basket, or kill off Mewtwo EX, what am I talking about? So I threw Basculin up there, hoping he wouldn't draw third energy to do 80 with X-Ball. He did, so that was that. That was that for that game. And I think the last two we do, I think I have both of those on video. So yeah, let's switch over and narrate those now.
Alright, so we got round 3 of the Nashville pre-release here. At this point, I'm 0-2 because this deck is so bad. But, anyway, this was probably one of the best matches I had between both of the pre-releases. So it's good that I got this one recorded. And it wound up, as far as video like quality of the camera moving around goes, about as good as I could have hoped. Could have been better, certainly, but not too bad for a first in-life trial. So we get started, and he wins the coin or the die roll and goes first, and he starts off with a Minccino, which is awesome. I had that thing in the Memphis pre-release, and that is definitely one of the best leads you can have in this pre-release. So he calls for family. I think he just benched a Cubchoo during his turn, and I believe he calls for family for a Growlithe. Lets you search your deck for any basic and bench it, which with the powerful basics in this set, yeah, that's very, very nice. So I top deck a Lapras, and here, and I see Growlithe on the bench, so I want to get that going. I probably should have waited until next turn to Sky Arrow and retreat that Litwick, just left him up there, watered a Lapras, and then when he wasn't expecting it, maybe I'd be able to attach energy to Lapras and retreat Litwick for free. That might have been a little bit better, keeping some stuff revealed. But anyway, I don't think it really mattered in the long run. I was just kind of afraid of him like retreating Cinccino or something. So he called for family, and I believe he got out an Articuno there. I think it's got 120 and has Ice Beam for 50 and Paraproc or Ice Wing for 80, something like that. So I throw down another water because I'd like to be able to surf next turn. The Minccino does have 60, and he is powering up an Arcanine on the bench that I would like to hit for weakness for 120, and I think that one only has 120, so it would be a KO. I do his Lapras's first attack, which I think is 20 to anything. I think it's Water Arrow, I'm not sure. But anyway, I hit Articuno with that because I want to soften it up to KO later. I think that puts it at 100, so maybe like 2 heads on Darmanitan, something like that, could be used to KO it. And he calls out a Reshiram, I think. You can't really see that, but it's a Reshiram. Just normal Reshiram, not EX. And I think I'm pretty much content here to... I can take a prize, so I'm gonna take a prize. Surf it for 60 to kill the little chinchilla Minchino thingamajig. So he actually promotes Arcanine, and which is sort of a ballsy play. And throws in out another energy, and is going to try to crunch me for 30 after he's playing a heavy ball here. But turns out what he wanted to get with heavy ball was prized. Hate it when that happens, but you know it happens. I think that actually had that same thing happen to me earlier, or else I like draw what I want a heavy ball in that turn or something. Anyway, so he crunches and thankfully flips tail, so I don't get an energy discarded. That lets me go ahead and throw down a lightning here. I think it would have been okay in the long run. Based on how limited my energy was. But I am going to surf it for a KO. I guess he was just hoping for the energy discard at that point. So I'm up 2-4, so looking pretty good so far. Reshiram comes up and gets an energy, and here's where I probably do something that I shouldn't have done. I probably should have just surfed him for 120. Yeah, it would have made his outrage stupid strong, but at that point I just need to scratch him with Shinx or whatever, and he would have been dead. Instead, I decide to go for the light hit first, which, you know, normally is okay to do to them, but especially with Sky Arrow making his retreat cost cheaper, I probably should have just went ahead and took the damage when I could. I wanted to save Lapras to KO him later, but I probably should have just let Lapras do the damage, and then something else can pick up the kill later. I actually drew a Luxio and didn't realize it for like, I don't know, a good 90 seconds that I had a Luxio in my hand, so hey, I'm going to be able to hit it for a little bit more. Do 50 damage to it, which actually ends up to be key later that I flip that heads. So keep that in mind. It's got 50 on it. So at this point he's got Articuno, who's getting powered up on the bench, a Cubchoo, and Reshiram. He's going to retreat it for 1 thanks to Sky Arrow. And yeah, Sky Arrow probably bit me in the butt more than it helped me in this game overall. But you know, it was okay on the first turn, and then after that it didn't really help. Jump on in for 20. 50 would have been nice there. At the time, I was wishing those would have been reversed, but in the end, I think it ended up to be okay. So he Ice Beams, and am I paralyzed? Yeah, I'm paralyzed. I actually top decked Darmanitan, which is funny because I had Heavy Ball in my hand right there, and I was going to search for him, but oh well. I drew Basculin as a prize, which is another guy I noticed. If I can get him to do a Baird Fangs, I can kill Reshiram with him, so I'm thinking on that for later. He goes, and at this point he could, well, I don't think he doesn't need to Ice Wing at this point. He can kill me with 50 more. I've already got 50 on me. So that is, in fact, I believe what he does. I think he throws an energy on Reshiram too as well, maybe. Okay, so anyway, also that turn with Luxio, at the time I thought I had already attached a Lightning that turn, but I hadn't. Although I thought that was a misplay, but it really didn't have much of a consequence because of my limited energy overall. So I throw down Basculin and think about it, and I'm like, you know, I really need 2 heads to, if I can get 2 heads on our Maxiton, then that would be great. Roll the 2 and see what it comes up, and that's 2 and a 1, so that's only 50. But at least that's some damage on it. At this point, I really need to get a Water Energy so that Basculin can do Baird Fangs. I still have Lapras who can Surf, which at this point will kill Articuno because I did Ice or Water Arrow it earlier. But he does get a Paralyzed, which is Arg. So I'm not going to be able to kill it with Darmanitan, which would have been nice. And then if he had sent up Resh, you know, Lapras could have been able to kill it with that. But he got me paralyzed twice when I needed to not get paralyzed, so oh wells. Let's see, I think it's now his turn. I forgot to cure my paralysis there. And he thinks for a while, and he's going to throw down a 4th Water Energy on Articuno. I think the cost is like 1 water, 3 colorless. And is able to just go ahead and finish off. I think that Darmanitan has 110, so Ice Beam would not have been sufficient to kill. So that's what he was debating there. Did he want to go ahead and invest that other energy, or throw it on Resh for later? I send up Basculin just in case I top deck Water Energy, and I think 40 would be enough to kill Articuno at this point. I'm not sure. 50, 70. Actually, it might not have. Anyway, so I free retreat with Sky Arrow, and Surf is sufficient to kill it. And here's the dude who I wanted to use Lapras against him, but looks like I'm not going to get to. I think he's going to Outrage for 60, which is, I think that might actually be just enough. If I had the other Lapras, it would have survived. And there was my top deck that I needed to be a water. If it was a water energy, I win the game. But he's got one prize left, I've got one prize left. Unable to do Bared Fangs for 80, which would have been just enough. And he is able to kill me off with a blue flare, so that was a good game. Very close. Glad I got this one recorded. Alright, going into the fourth and final round, and I'm in the lowly ranks of the 0-3s. And up against a guy who I'd been actually talking to throughout most of the tournament, so that was pretty cool. But, you know, can't win them all, especially not in Limited, so, you know, do what we can. So I get a Heavy Ball lead off first turn, and I've got Darmanitan in my hand, and Darumaka is not prized. Awesome, so I'm going to be able to build him up on the bench. On top of that, he's got Litwick and another fire dude over there. Can't tell who it is. But I can't use Bared Fangs yet, so I'm just going to have to soften him up with Bite, and then I can Bared Fangs for a KO on the next turn. And Basculin can get me some early prizes, and hopefully Darmanitan can win me the match after I get him souped up with some fire energies. It's really nice how he can use anything with his Darmaxiton. So one of the things I really wanted to do this game was get out Chandelure at least once. So I got Lampent there. I need to draw Chandelure. That's it, and I'll be able to have it out. So I Bared Fangs him, which finishes off the little candlestick Tom over there. Oh, he's got a Darumaka of his own, and if I could Bared Fangs here, it would be instantly gain. I could have, if I wanted to, try to retreat and bring up Darmanitan and try to go for the win on 2 heads, but not going to risk that. So I just bite him for 20, and he actually does, you can't see it there, but he actually does get a basic. He gets a Staryu, and finish that off with Bared Fangs. Sends up the Staryu, and actually evolves it into Starmie, so that was convenient. And that Starmie, I believe, can do 50 for 1 with Swift, and you don't get any weakness along with it, but you don't get any resistance either. So it's just flat 50 damage, boom. And Basculin is almost dead, but Darmanitan is packing 4 energies, and I keep drawing them, so I'm going to keep on keeping continuous flow of energy. And I got a base set energy card in hand, too. I put one of those in there from the energy pile, because awesome. So I just go ahead and bite him for 10, and I think he's going to finish me off with Swift. And I'm not sure how much that Starmie has, but I know it doesn't have more than 110. So I will need, I think, 2 heads to finish it off. Go ahead and stack a 5th energy card on there. And this guy is actually really old school. He had a Chansey coin, guys. Check it out. Chansey coin. Oh, yeah. Flipping some Chansey coins. I get to flip it 5 times. And what do I get on it? I get heads, tails, heads, tails, heads. Alternating flips. So I actually do 150, which is overkill. But that's awesome, because I think that's the strongest big explosion type attack there has been to date. There have been some that are 40 times. There have been some that I think that are 50 times but require a discard. But I think that's the strongest of the big explosion type attacks. He's got something up. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, it's a Minccino. Minccino, and I think he's calling for family for like an Articuno or one of his good basics. But it's got to be a little too late because his turn ends after he attacks. And throw a 6th energy on there. I just need 2 heads is all I need out of 6 coin flips. And it is indeed Darmani time, and I get heads, heads, tails, heads, tails, tails for 150, not 200. So that wins me the game. But since it was kind of quick, and since you know, it's the last round, and we just want to have some fun and play some more games with these decks, I think, you know, obviously since we were both 0-3, he hasn't gotten to win all the time, so I figured, yeah, you know, let's play again and see if we can let him get a win with his deck at some point. Maybe I'll get a mediocre draw or something like that. So we play an extra game just for fun. I won the one that counts, not that winning the games really, you know, counts for too much after all the, except for who plays who. That's pretty much all that it factors into. I don't think these affect your player rating or anything like that. Not that I can remember anyway. So I draw and I get a beast of a hand. I get Resh and the DCE. That's like a hand I would want to have in a given game. You know, minus all the eclectic stage 1s and stuff that are just there because it's limited. and I had to cobble stuff together. And he leads off with, I think, a Litwick. So I throw down my DCE and I start pounding him. And I think that may actually be all he gets out this game. It's over really quick. Those face downs are there were his prizes. So he flares me for 20, or for 10. If he had done 20, he would be dead this turn. I can't blue flare him because blue flare is RC, not RCC. So I just outrage him again for 30 this time. I think the Litwick has 60, so it lives that hit. But he doesn't get another basic, so I'm going to be able to finish him off. And that was a little bit too quick, so we actually play a third game. And also, for both of those first two games, I called heads on the Chansey coin to see if I could go first, and went first both times. I called tails this time, and I still call it right. So I still have to go first. I don't think you even get that choice anymore. It used to be you got the choice, but now that there's no drawback to going first, like at all, there's obviously no reason to not go first. They probably need to look into changing that rule back, to be honest. But anyway, so I get a very dubious lead, but I do have Chandelure, who I do want to pull out at some point. And I think I have a. Do I have a Litwick? No, I think I draw a Litwick on this next turn. So I think he's just arranging his guys, trying to figure out who he actually wanted to lead. Even though I already flipped mine, but whatever. So I just throw my energy on Lapras for no other reason than maybe I can draw water, maybe I can draw Sky Arrow and retreat it, you know, something like that. And I do top deck a Litwick, which is awesome. I have fire, and I need Lampent. I need Lampent to get out Chandelure, and if I can just get out Chandelure once, I'm going to be pretty satisfied. So he's just doing minor damage with Litwick at this point, and I think he benches a Fungus there, the little mushroom Pokeball cap dude, and he's now going to evolve it into a Moongus, which activates the Spore Prize thing, which I think does Poison and Confusion, and he also does, after almost forgetting to do it, he does the attack, what is it, Rising Lunge, I think, which he does hit heads on, which does 50, which is really bad because that means Lapras is going to die at the end of my turn, and Litwick's going to get a free hit off on it. You know, I think I've mentioned times before, it's really debilitating when a Pokemon dies after your turn, because then whatever gets to come in is going to get waxed with you know, a cheap shot, if you will. So Litwick has to come up, and it has to live, Litwick, live, until next turn, so I can draw something else. Hopefully a Lamp would be awesome, because I'm not sure how much HP that thing has, but if it's got 80 or less, I can kill it with Ember. He does hit heads on its attack again, so 50, but Litwick is still alive. Top draw Heavy Ball, and so I'm able to use that to get out Darumaka, and I already have Darmanitan, so that's kind of going to be my last hope, is flipping some awesome heads. So I definitely have ample energy for it, so I'm just going to start throwing those down, get out Darmanitan next turn, and hopefully kill off that big, bulky mushroom over there. I am able to do 20 to it, which I don't think really matters too much with weakness. But anyway, so I throw a second energy on there, and flipping more Chansey coins, come on. And what do I hit? I think I hit one heads here, so it only does 50. Isn't able to finish him off. And does he retreat here? What does he do? Maybe he just attacks. Yeah, I think he does. What does he do? I put notes for these games, but then I'm not following them. But anyway, he does. Yeah, I prepare the dice for 50. That is in fact what he hits. Hits me for 50. So I got Resh on the bench. I don't have a second fire to blue flare, and I believe at this point he's got an Articuno that he's powering up, which is gonna destroy Reshiram. So it's not looking very good at all. I do get two heads to 100 and finish off the mushroom, but I think Articuno comes up now, and I think he's actually had 4 energy on it. I evidently wasn't watching him attaching all the energies to it, but evidently he built it up over the course of those turns. So anyway, had enough to do 80. Had 4 energy. So I throw down some lightning. Don't have any other fire or anything like that, and do some outrage. But it is all for naught, as he finally gets a win with Articuno beating down some Reshiram. So go ice types, beating up those fiery dragons. Screw 5th gen dudes. 1st gen's where it's at. that will do it for round 4 with some extras afterward. And let's switch back to some in-car post-commentary.
Alright, well that will pretty much do it for the these pre-release videos. Hope they were somewhat entertaining. Glad I was able to get some matches recorded. I apologize for not being able to get any recorded yesterday when I had a good deck and actually did pretty darn well. But you know, if I was going to do well one of the 2 days, I guess I'd rather have it be yesterday when you know, with some people I knew. That was kind of cool. And I'm glad I did so well in draft too. Unfortunately, no draft today. But I think they were needing to conserve packs for the pre-release. It's going to be hosted tomorrow or next weekend that I'm not going to. So if you went to a pre-release this past weekend, hope you had a lot of fun. And if you didn't, there might be some next weekend. I know they usually do them over 2 weekends, so there may be one near you next weekend if you haven't looked into it. They are lots of funds. They are unfortunately the only sanctioned event where there is a charge. But that's because, you know, you get cards, lots of cards, so that's why. And states are coming up March 10th. Not that many of you probably have a modified format real-life deck, but for the few of you who might and might be interested in that, that is free. And I want to say you usually get at least like 2 consolation packs just for showing up, or and you know, lots of other cool stuff. I want to say the state's promo card is actually going to be like one of the Carablaster or Shelmet line. I think that's their kind of the theme they're going with this year's, the Double Victories theme deck guys. But anyway, so yeah, I'll probably most likely be coming to states unless I completely whiff at getting any Reshiram EX by hook or by crook. And if I come, then maybe I'll have a camera guy with me. That would be kind of nice. Although if he comes, I probably want him to play too. So yeah, that pretty much does it. Overall opinion of Next Destinies, I'd say it's at least one of the better of the 2 of the so far black and white sets, if only because it contains Mewtwo EX. So yeah, that definitely helps it out. Pretty much all the EXs are playable to some extent. Mewtwo's certainly number 1. Second Resh are probably the second tier below Mewtwo. Shaman could be okay with Celebi Prime. Regigigas with Eviolite is pretty okay. Kyurem actually might be okay if you use him with the new Vanillux to let you switch between 2 of them. So I could see something, you know, like Rain Dance. That would be 2 stage 2s, but something like that. You know, either a Gator Prime or a some sort of a Blast Cell engine, perhaps with the QREM as a backup. Yeah, I don't know. You know, something like that. Something like that. Something like that could be might be something I try to work out. I'll probably get some QREM EX10s and see if I can, especially if I can get some of those Vaniluxes. And I guess this is also. Why do I keep having to cough? I don't know how many more. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna set the camera down. I did order a while back, and I just picked them up now. Some additional stuff and things from our good buddies at the Troll and the Toad, where seems like everyone now is getting their code cards from. I'm taking full credit for that, by the way. That's all on me. Totally should have kept it a secret, and then they wouldn't be all sold out and stuff. But no, I had to go and run my mouth and be cool and tell people about it. So I do have camera. Work with me, camera. I do have. That's still not right focus, but whatever's. I did pick up Superior Samurott codes. They had them in stock. And that was like right before they went up to $1 too. They're $1 now. Still the best price for code cards, but you know, 33 cents is a lot less appealing per pack than 17 cents, to be sure. But I also went ahead and picked up from there, just since I was, you know, already ordering some code cards. I figured, well, I need a couple of cards from here, and I don't really want to buy any more booster packs for them. So I got some Eviolites, plenty of these on TCGO. I think I already had 2 Eviolites, evidently. Eviolites, some Super Rods. I went ahead and picked up 2 Cleffa. I picked up Call of Legends just in case we rotate the Call of Legends on. Yeah, I actually picked up 3 Cleffas. For whatever reason, reverse foil Flip Teeny was the same price as normal Flip Teeny, so I just picked it up. It was like maybe $2.49. I don't know. It wasn't too bad. None of these cards I don't think were too bad. Fisherman, certainly not bad enough that I'd want to, try to haggle on eBay for stuff. Max Potion, the only really expensive one I did buy was Catcher. I think I already have 1 Catcher, so I wanted to have a second one hanging around. Really, I should probably have 4, but at $10 a piece, no. I was willing to... Oh, actually, did have 3 Eviolites. Evidently, I did not have any Eviolites, but I am going to need those for Resh EX for his recoil. So that's kind of the... You can kind of see some of the cards I'm going to be playing at State. And hopefully... I'm kind of a little bit torn on recording matches for that, just because that is a more serious tournament for prizes, and, I wouldn't want to get accused of videotaping someone's deck and then, kind of revealing it to someone else. That's certainly not my intent. Stop coughing. Not at the tournament anyway. Certainly we'd be posting it on YouTube and then we'd see. But certainly that's not the my aim with that, is to disadvantage someone else. But I might. At the very least, we'll do a similar thing and record stuff about what went on. But I'm gonna get back on the road to Roll Tide Land now, and I don't know if we'll have any other further updates or not. If not, then I'll see you guys for more TCGO. Where, by the way, I'm not really sure how many more booster packs I'm gonna be opening. It kind of depends on Mewtwo EXs. Stop coughing. Ew, there was a hair in my mouth. Kind of depends on what Mewtwo EX's price ends up being. If it's like 10, or I'm sure it's going to be at least 10, if not 20 packs. I might open some next Destinies, but I think I'm probably just going to be consigned to primarily just trading credits for cards from here on out. Simply because I don't really want to buy any further credits. I am going to get probably over like 300 something by the time this is all out. By the time I redeem all these, all the code cards from over here, plus the ones I picked up at the pre-release, which I guess that totals to, 8 plus 8, so 16, and then 8 today, so that makes, 24, yeah, 24, that'll be 24 additional things, code cards for that, so that's cool. But I had a lot of fun this weekend. Totally got lost last night. Holy snot! Because I only took 1 wrong turn though. Like, I didn't mess up too bad. But that was funnies. The end of last video. So yeah, thanks for watching. Definitely go to a pre-release if you get a chance. It is Mondo Funds. And I'll see you guys for more TCG stuff. Laters. Chelsea, say bye. Later days.
Alright guys, we got a trivia contest answer in this video as well. And before we reveal what that is, I'm going to announce a bonus thing that's going to be thrown on. Not really a rule change, but just an extra rule for your answers. And that is what I'm going to refer to as the desired question. The desired question is the question that is in my mind, that I'm thinking up. And if you're able to predict what I'm thinking of for this for the answer and give that as your response, that carries an automatic 3 points, and that's if you get that, then you just got that 3 points for that round, then thumbs up. You don't get to stack that with getting 3 or 2 or 1 point normally. It's just so if you get that, someone else can still get the 3 points for the best question. And I'm going to give you guys a hint for this one since it's the first time. It'll make more sense once you see what the answer for this video is. This comes from an LP part, and there's some discussion in the comments about it. And I'll even tell you guys how many views this LP part has. It has in the 360s in views at this exact moment. And it is from one of my older LPs that obviously not too many people watched. So if you can scour vids and figure out what it is, even if you find what I'm talking about, you still have to phrase the question close to how I would phrase it. It doesn't have to be exact. But let's reveal the answer for this video. The answer is Luster Purge. Luster Purge. So go out and make your responses for Luster Purge. Thanks for watching pre-release videos. I'll see you guys for more TCG and whatnot laters. Better days!